Okay, so today we're going to talk about volume of three-dimensional figures and then area of a triangle. And we'll talk about the area of, sorry, I was trying to think about what I wanted to say about that, but we'll talk about it when we get over there. So basically, again, I just did a reference sheet for volume because it is just a review for you guys. You should have been doing volume forever. So volume of a rectangular prism, right, is length times width times height. If it's or a square, whichever. So length times width times height. A cube, I mean, not a square. Wow, it's going to be a long day today. Cylinder volume is pi r squared h. Remember, if I just know, and remember, this is my radius. And also the other thing to remember is the radius equals 1/2 my diameter. So if they give you in the picture on the homework, if they give you the diameter, you just divide it by 2, right? So, okay. And then you just plug it into the formula, put it in your calculator. That's the easiest way. Okay. Just put it in just like this. Cone, again, is 1/3 pi r squared h. Pi r squared is the area of my circle, and then it's 1/3 times the height of my cone, if you want to think of it that way. Sphere, pi r cubed, 4/3 pi r cubed. Again, r, half of my diameter. I tried to find good pictures. Some of them weren't so good, so this one's a little interesting. The volume of a rectangular prism is base times height. Well, my base is a rectangle. How to find the area of a rectangle is length times width, right? So, and then times your height, and the 1/3 of that. And then volume of a triangular prism, 1/2 my base times my length times my height. Because it's a area of a rectangular prism is base times height times length. And then a triangular prism is just half of that, because you're just cutting your rectangular prism in half. Oh, Nathan is in here. I didn't even hear the bell ring. I'm so sorry. Okay. And I think that's all the different types. There's less types of volume than there is of area that you have to worry about. So that's only the 6 types for the volume that you have to do. The new thing we're actually going to learn today is area of a triangle. So these are triangles where we don't know the height and we only know sides. So there's a couple rules we can use. There's a couple different rules. And the first one is the area sign rule. And it says area equals 1/2 times B times C times the sine of A. So that is my 2 sides and the angle in between those 2 sides. If I know 2 sides of a triangle and the angle between those 2 sides, I can find the area by using this rule, this sign rule, that says I'm going to take 1/2 of that times my times side B times side C times the sine of angle A. Okay, and remember we want to be in degrees because my angle is in degrees, not radians. So make sure your calculator's in degrees. So to find the area of this triangle, I'm going to do area. So in the past, we've only had to do 1/2 base times height. So if I don't know my height and I know only 2 sides, I can find my area pretty easily. I'm so sorry. So I can say 13.1 times 13 times the sine of 110. And then I'm just going to put that exactly like that into my calculator. Maybe I'm going to put it into my calculator. I hope my calculator is in home. I'm going to check to make sure my calculator is in degree, and it's not, it's in radians. So, okay. No. Okay, so then I've got 13.1 times 13 times the sine of 110 should, oh, why did I put plus in there? Wow, okay. Delete times, beautiful. So 160 point to the nearest tenth, 160.0 centimeters squared. Okay. Oh, yeah, Jess, I put it in like this. I don't know, can you see it right there? 13.1 times 13 times sine of 110. And if you're going to put it into Desmos, you're just going to put it in the same way. 13.1 times 13 times sine of 110. Okay. Ew. Oh, did I forget to do it? I forgot to divide by 2. Thank you. Divided by 2. So I've got to divide by 2. Thank you. Divided by 2, because I'm doing really well. So my answer is actually 80 point to the nearest tenth, 80.0 centimeters squared. Thanks. Thanks, Paige. So I'm going to take the whole thing and divide by 2. Okay. Same thing on the next one. I have my sides and I have my angle included. I'll try and do this one better. Sorry. Area equals 1/2 times 7.8 times 4 times sine of 35. So it's approximately going to be equal to, I'm just going to do 0.5 times 7.8 times 4 times sine of 35. Should be 8.9 miles squared. And in my calculator this time for a half, I just did 0.5. There's like a light reflecting on it there. So I just did 0.5. Okay? For my half. So you guys try A and B, get me an answer for that. And okay. So for A, we've got area equals 1/2 times 13 times 14 times the sine of 57. And if I put that into my calculator just like that, I should get 76.3 miles squared. Okay, not too bad, right? Pretty easy. If I just, if I know one angle and the two sides that include that angle. Area for this one is going to be 1/2 times 6 times 14 times the sine of 96, which should equal 41.8 meters squared. Okay, questions? The second one is, yes, nice. Very, very good. You too. Okay, so let's go to the next one. So this one is called Heron's formula. And this is if I don't know any of the angles and I just know all 3 sides. Okay, it's a little more complicated, but not by much. Okay, so the area equals the square root of S times S minus A times S minus B times S minus C. And A, B, and C are my sides. Well, how do I find out what S is? S is right here, and I add my sides together and I divide by 2, and that's how I find out what S equals. Okay, and then I find the area by putting it into this formula. So we are going to do that here. And it says round to the nearest tenth. Okay, so first I want to find S. That's the first thing I want to do. So I'm going to do 10.9 plus 8 plus 11.1, and then I'm going to divide by 2. So S is going to equal, let's see, 10.9 plus 8 plus 11.1. So that is 30 divided by 2 is 15. So S equals 15. And then I'm going to plug that into my area formula. So area is going to equal the square root of 15 times 15 minus 8 times 15 minus 10.9 times 15 minus 11.1. And I think I'm just going to put it exactly into my calculator just like that. And I'll show it to you in just a second as soon as I get it in here. So control square root of 15 times 15 minus 8 times 15 minus 10.9 times 15 minus 11.1. So if you look, that's exactly, if you look at the paper and my camera here, it's exactly how I put it into the calculator. And I can show you guys if you want me to. Sorry, it's not up there. But I can't show it to you. I can show it to you. How can I show it to you? I can do this. Woo! Okay. So can I just make it me? I think I can just make it me. I just need to figure out how to do that. I need to quit sharing. And I need to do this. View. Oh, it's under view. Speaker view. Hello, I'm speaking, not Drew. Why do you have Drew all big when I'm the one talking? So not working. Full screen. So still not there.
You can pin yourself.
Oh, is that how you do it?
Yeah, if you go to the three dots.
Uh-huh. Pin. Oh, beautiful. So there we go. So see how I put that in the calculator? It looks just like I wrote it on my paper. So it's a square root. And that's just how I put it in the calculator. And that's kind of why I like calculators that show me what I put in, because then I can compare it to my paper. Okay, that was beautiful. Now I have to get back over here. Pull this back over here. Share screen. This one. Okay. Thanks, Paige. Haven't done that before. Okay, oh, and my answer happens to be 41.0 meters squared. And since it wants me to round to the nearest tenth, I am going to put the 0.0 on there. It's a significant figure, so I'm going to put it in there. So S is going to equal 8 plus 9 plus 14 divided by 2. So we've got 8 plus 9 plus 14, which is 31, divided by 2. So that's going to be 15.5. So my area is going to equal the square root of 15.5 times 15.5 minus 14 times 15.5 minus 8 times 15.5 minus 9. Control square root 15.5 minus 8. 9, 33.7 meters squared. Okay, so now let's have you guys try the next two. I'm going to kind of leave both that there. Okay, so S is going to be 5 plus 10 plus 13 divided by 2, which is 28 divided by 2, or 14. So my area is going to equal the square root of 14 times 14 minus 5 times 14 minus 10 times 14 minus 13, which is approximately equal to 22.4 miles squared. Ooh, that doesn't look like a square though. Miles squared. And then B is, S is going to be 15.9 plus 10 plus 7 divisible by 2, which is equal to 16.45. Wow. 16.45 times 16.45 minus 15.9 times 16.45 minus 10. Oh, times 16.45 minus 7, which is approximately equal to 23.5 yards squared. Questions? Anybody? Everyone okay? Awesome.